Welcome back to Goldberg's Garage on the Snake Eater YouTube channel. So we're back, pick up where we left off the last time we were here, with the one caveat is Bill
screwed it up in the meantime.
kind of accidentally had to show up to the shop. Well, you showed up to the shop
I didn't
on
accidentally
purpose
show up
and
to
then
yes.
accidentally got almost stranded at the shop.
Started as a joyride, turned into a 911 call for a NASCAR pit crew, and thankfully I was only 100 yards from the shop.
Yeah, it worked out. So,
right, that's just how it is.
Unfortunately, what had happened was overheating a little bit. We thought it could be a couple different things. You guys will see that on the video. This cooling system is a little bit obviously more complex than your average one. We just had to use our vacuum tool to vacuum fill it.
With enough of an air bubble to fill up the Hindenburg.
Yeah. I mean, the radiator was like 80
nothing.
degrees.
Yeah.
The motor was running like 200 degrees and the radiator's like, you could like touch it, like cold. And the air pocket was insane. Then we're like, all right, Bill, let's test drive it real quick, make sure it's good. And then all of a sudden, dies. You know how cars love to embarrass you when you're trying to like do a burnout launch or anything like that. It just fell like right outside the gate. Turns out MSD box went bad. No real fault of the MSD box. It was an install error.
Possibly. Wow, Clint's gonna jump your ass for that.
Clint's fault? I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
I'm out of here. I am not having anything to do with that whatsoever.
It needs a new MSD box. So we're gonna put a new MSD box in it today. Bill just happens to have this one around. This is the 6423, the MSD Ultra 6AL.
See, I gotta stop you because you're lying because it's already in.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling people that we put it in already.
Okay, well Bill put it in already.
But I hate to jump your thing, but the part is that he's cleaning up where we screwed up. That's all. Clint has been in charge of the wiring of this thing from the beginning. I don't know anything about wiring to begin with, so I'm not going to jump in. Along the way, there have been alterations. To make an extremely long story short, because of what happened the other night, which will be divulged in a moment, their appreciation for what the dash looks like behind it, used the opportunity when the MSD box was down, not only clean up what was behind the dash, but replace the box. We wanted to have a clean workspace for these guys. So in the end, in a really long frickin' summarization, we were trying to do something good. And now he's having to clean up where we left off. That's all.
They did good. We'll talk timing strategy real quick. With this new MSD box that is already in, you just happen to have this, right?
Thankfully, Holly's a great friend, and they've sent me a couple different boxes throughout the past couple of years. We've got a couple different projects going. I didn't know exactly what was meant for what project, and so I grabbed that because I thought it gave us the best options and to go wireless. This dash sucks to get behind, so I figured we could plug it in and then do all the alterations on the app as opposed to on the unit itself, which sucks to get to. I have big monster sausage fingers.
We're sending Brady. Everybody here is looking at Brady anytime somebody needs to touch a button on that thing or something.
1,000%. Yeah.
So we're going to put this in, and this box is actually one of the best ones that you can buy if you end up with one of these race engines. Why? It allows low RPM retard, or a starter saver, or a retard box, a start retard. They go by a bunch of different names, but you can pull either 0, 10, or 20 degrees of timing when you're below a set RPM, which is perfect for this because we've got locked distributor. This distributor, whatever you set the timing at, that is all you get. There is no timing curve. That's race car stuff, minimizing the amount of stuff that can go wrong. And then the reality is this NASCAR engine is going to live within 2,000 RPMs for like the entire 4 or 5 hours that it's running. It doesn't need a timing curve. Well, the timing curve, what does that give you? Let's say 17 degrees while you're cranking, 22 at idle, and then 32 peak. What do you get? You get a great start, you get nice cool idles, you get good traffic characteristics, you get good mid-range, and you get good top end, all because the timing changes in relation into what the engine is wanting, and you adjust your fuel to follow your ignition curve. Well, when you're stuck like that, this thing will destroy this starter if we just throw it to 30 or 32 degrees of timing, get it hot, and then start cranking it over. This thing is going to buck back, and it'll either destroy the starter, damage the flex plate, or something else. This is actually the perfect box for a race engine. So if you find yourself with a NASCAR engine, which is really popular right now to buy these things, or a circle track engine, some kind of high revving small block with a lock distributor, this is the perfect box for it. They have other ones where you can engineer full timing curves as well. This was what we got here, and this is what's going to work great. And so we're going to make more mid-range, more top end, and still save the starter.
And it was popping when I got back.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that little story?
Yeah, that's right.
3/4 of the way home, it starts popping. I drive it extremely cautiously back home. Manny had followed me, but I told him about it. He opened up the hood. I stepped on the throttle and said flames were shooting out of this. So I guess there's a header leak. Every time I stepped on the throttle, I thought it was like a lifter, but it was a frickin' flame.
Is it this one over here?
Yes, it's
Okay.
on that side.
There is a loose
Specifically
bolt
which
right
one,
here.
I have no idea.
There's a loose bolt right here, so we might just start with that.
That would be a good place to start.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're missing one over here.
Yeah, 100% it's over here. 100%. So now you know why I thought it was a lifter or something. But with the hood open, it sounds different than it did.
I'm guessing this has some advance to it because they've written 32 on the wheel. This is at 24, but it's saying 32 when it's coming around, so they may have some advance in the cam already. So it's pretty much already at like max. We may even back it down a little bit. It hits the mark perfectly, but they've written 32 next to it. I'm guessing they maybe put 8 degrees hard into the cam itself. When you're putting your timing marks on your cam and your crank, you line them up, that's 0. Some guys will advance that 4 or 8 degrees depending on what they want out of the engine. Usually heavier vehicles, high performance stuff, they'll throw some advance in. So the fact that somebody wrote 32 on it, but we're getting it at 24 degrees is kind of giving me the clue that there's 8 degrees built into it, into the hardware that you just can't get rid of. That's what I'm gonna guess. So I'm gonna guess we'll back it down a little bit just to be safe. Start retard seems to be working. Realistically, if we can get this thing to kind of idle and be happy, then we start diagnostic, which is we just want to warm it up and then start driving it around and see how it feels. And then obviously we got to make sure the exhaust leak isn't a hazard in any way. I'm gonna try to snug it up. Oh no, that looks like an 8. Is it 10 or an 8? 8. Oh no, there is a gasket.
There
in there,
is a
isn't there?
gasket, and
Yeah.
we did it's one of those metal gaskets, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you're missing one.
You're kidding me.
Then we can get this thing freaking.
No, the fuck. Here, look, come here, get a close up. Where do you think I got that from? My side pipes. Fuck. One of these?
Yeah. It's great to be a hoarder and organized. You can be one and not the other, but if you're both, man, if you give a hoarder some organization and space, that's the guy you want to hang out with, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy you want to be friends with.
Yes, what started as a joyride to see Manny. Then I stop in and you guys do a little tuning on the car. I pull out and I take a right and I drop the clutch and the car goes dead. I rolled to the right. The troops came to my rescue. I knew it was something simple. But in the dark, it's tough dealing with that. There's no interior lights. We deduce that it's the box. Manny goes, gets another box, comes down, we plug it in, boom, starts right up, works. Thankfully, Manny followed me home. I get home and I'm shooting flames out of the exhaust manifold. Go figure. That leads to today. That requires small hands and patience. I hear it getting tighter. And I can talk out my ass all I want, but none of you guys have seen this car the way that I remember it. The more I try to explain it, the less I want to try to explain it, because you'll fucking see. You'll see.
Yeah.
Those dumb shits that tested me that day when I popped a wheelie at 90, they saw, and then I put it away for 2 years. But now it's up to date and it's safer. It's a hell of a lot safer. Shit, look at the roll bar. And taking into consideration I dropped down 3 inches, it'll actually do its job now. Again, accentuates the way that I individualized it. Because so many of these, no offense, guys and girls, but they're pussies. They look like shit. They're all the same, and they're you fix this, you change this, you change that. I mean, I wanted mine to have a completely different identity.
Well, they're all a 302.
Which, but again,
400 horse, a red or a blue,
yeah,
with a
but
white
again,
stripe.
I don't want to put down people who that's their only option, right? These cars are great for somebody who doesn't have a lot of money and they can get into the freaking hobby. I don't know, these days, 35, 40 grand, you can get a body and a drivetrain and have basics of a Cobra. You know, I'm not ragging on those people by any stretch. I'm just saying that to have one, and you got to individualize the shit out of it as much as you can.
I'm trying to give you a little good job.
You know what was hard? What was hard was getting my skin off of this side pipe.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, man. Where'd it happen?
Right here.
No shit, dude. I mean, that's
So my leg was right here.
Yeah.
And the gate's right here, and the board's right here. I'm typing on the board, and the car starts rolling. So what'd I do? I stopped it like this. Fuck. Man, it hurt.
Dude. That's a testament to Clint's Cerakoting, though. I mean, I can't tell that there was anything there.
Oh, yeah.
You had to scrub it burnt skinned off.
Oh, yeah. And it was not one layer, I guarantee you. That one right there. Yeah, see this? Is it missing? Yeah. There should be one right here, too. They fucking came out.
Dude, these Nittos look sick, Bill. They look really fucking
I think
cool.
they look really good.
I liked the Goodyear, the billboard kind of look too, but these look fucking sick. Are these the 555s?
Yeah, R2s. Don't record this. That one right there.
You got a pretty wicked leak right onto your rotor.
Do I?
Yeah, see it? Your rotor's getting, see that oil? So you're losing that one. This one here, this one's dry. So you got right side brake. This one will slide on you. There's some freaking badass Bilsteins up under here. Dual coilovers, man.
Yeah, I did them. I had to do them upside down because they wouldn't fit. Look how close this is to the sway bar, right?
Oh yeah,
there.
right here.
And it's only what four bolts. Well, these two, and then the carriage right here.
Take that off. Take that off.
And it really, I guess those bolt holes will tell you something was supposed to be there.
Yeah, we'll have to make a template one of these days. Bring a large enough piece of paper, tape it in, and make a paper template. Then we can cut it and you make sure you have enough clearance for these two guys here. Yeah, I think it's probably due in for a rebuild, at least a reseal anyway.
It's a good thing that and the gear change is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What?
There's your problem.
I love how dramatic Bill is, man. He's a great guy to have around.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Well, now that's pretty evident. Well, there's our culprit. Usually there's supposed to be bolts holding that on, but there aren't.
Well, that explains that. That explains it.
That explains it.
That code give you anything on the year-wise? Nope.
I was hoping this would give us some info here, but it doesn't.
Well, there's another tag up here.
Oh, there's a tag?
Yeah,
Oh,
right
that
here.
should tell you everything.
Right here. There's two, I think there's two tags up there.
Okay, so it's upside down, so that's a 288.
There you go.
Y'all did an awesome job.
Frame was done. But this cool trans mount right here is really cool. For the park and brake that Manny did, he did a really good job, man. You know, I mean, look at the size of this drive shaft. Itty bitty. You ever seen one that small?
They're almost touching.
Yeah. We redid 90% of this car. Every single nut and bolt except for stuff that's on the rear end or the engine itself was redone.
This, believe it or not, the grounding strategy, especially non-carbureted cars, like throttle body injection, fuel injected, that gets us a lot of business.
Oh, I can imagine.
People screw that up. Dude, they cannot figure out what is wrong with their car. Love this oil pan, the simplicity of it. But how much oil do you have in this freaking thing? I mean, because this...
12 quarts or whatever.
It's got to be at least that, because you've got
Because
this looks like a 6
The
to 8
pan
quart.
and then the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then how much is in the motor itself.
Yeah, this is cool too. Running the radiator right through your thing here, your radiator.
The way they did
feed.
the pipe.
Yeah, rather than coming down or going up, they went through. That's pretty cool.
Race car shit.
Yeah. Bill's got it set up pretty good, man. Can't really say you did anything wrong under here. Everything looks really nice.
I am very happy that you're saying that.
Everything looks really nice. I mean, your brakes are, believe it or not, that's another thing. People like the car's not stopping. Phil will tell you there's like sometimes the car's in the air, you can either not turn it at all or you'll spin it and it'll spin forever. I mean, the other day a car came in, you could grab it and shake it, and it was because they didn't tighten somebody did a wheel bearing at some point and just
See,
totally
that's
didn't
what,
put it
remember
back
we
right.
asked you about that in the rear,
Yeah.
Clint and I?
That's proper. You should have some. Well, there's a measured amount that's in your backlash. When you rebuild it, we'll bring the dial indicator out and you'll put it on there and you'll move it and you'll measure that. Got to be within about 15 thousandths of whatever they specify for it. If not, it'll bind and whine, or if it's too loose, you'll chew it up.
That doesn't look like it's good.
You're getting,
20.
you're getting a little bit of movement out of the wheel when you do it. I don't know these very well, but most Dana stuff is, I think, what, 15 to 25 thousandths backlash?
10 to 15?
8 to 12. I was way off. It's a good reason I don't memorize that stuff. Always pull the manual out.
Yeah.
Don't try to go off memory. 8 to 12.
It's a little loose,
25. Well, it's about to be gone anyway. So.
Yeah, about to get rebuilt anyway.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing, the serviceability is pretty damn.
From underneath here?
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. From underneath?
Like really underneath, you can just change out the spark plugs from underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually,
Lock
you
the door.
can't. Yeah, actually, you can get to the spark plug right here. Way easier than up there. If these ever have to come back off again, put a O2 sensor bung somewhere in here. That way we can actually bring and measure air-fuel ratios rather than just making sure it's too rich. The only thing is we got to strip the coating in order to do it because it has to be welded on. These things not meant to cold start, not really meant to hot start, not really meant to go below any RPM level. Nobody gave a shit if they cranked for 15 seconds before they fired up. Nobody gave a shit if it spit fuel out the back end at idle. Nobody gave a shit if it could putz around in traffic or whatever. All this thing needed to do was start, warm up, and then go to 6 grand and go between 6 and 9,000 RPMs for 4 hours.
And make it to Johns Road and back so I can get some Copenhagen.
We're actually asking a lot more out of this, not more difficult, but more variability out of this engine than it used to. It's got to play nice now.
Because the nicer you make it play, the less you let it be itself. I don't want this to be anything other than what I got it for. You
Just
know?
savage, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's just turn the timing up to where it's happy. It's not overheating, because you got to be able to street drive it a little bit,
Yeah.
right? But if you got to keep your foot, to stop it from loading up, I mean, that's exactly what NASCAR sounds like, right? When they're all sitting there, not moving, or they're all driving slow, those drivers are just working that pedal.
It never had a problem starting up because it dumps so much fucking fuel
That
in
is
there,
true.
right?
Remember
as long as
our
you got
eyes?
battery, yeah.
Remember, we leaned this thing out quite a bit at idle. Remember our eyes the first time we were running this thing? Everyone's talking to the camera like this.
it's still gutless.
It's idling by itself.
But
it's not farting and popping like last time.
Yeah.
We just went down the road.
It's extremely manageable. The good is that anybody could drive it. The bad is that anybody could drive it.
Yeah.
That's what we want. That's
Yeah.
what you searched out to do, is make it
Drivable.
I'm not going to say tame, and drivable even is not the word. It's got really good manners. I mean, it sits and idles on its own. I'm just this freaking charging system.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh no.
I would say let's add some time.
There's only so far you guys can go with the timing, right?
Yeah,
The
I would
gears
only
are
say
a huge issue.
yeah.
You can't supersede what the gears are
No.
holding us back from. by timing.
Software can never exceed what the hardware is capable of, and timing kind of is one of those things that starts to fall into like this software side of the house. Like, we can fuck with the MSD box all we want, but the reality is if your hardware ain't right,
Your
it don't
parameter is completely, it defines what you can and cannot do.
matter. Yeah. Are those rear gears in there the ones that the car came with?
Yes.
Able to get back to that?
But how can it get back to that if it has another gear?
Oh, that's true. You know
Because
what
it
we really
acts
need
completely differently
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that other
first
gear.
I forgot. I forget. I always
You
forget about the
can't- You
transmission.
can't mimic the two.
That top loader might have had like a granny first gear or something. First gear is 278 to 1. And then this is a TKX 287. So your first gear is actually very similar to the late 60s, early 70s top loader in this one. It's actually very similar. 287, yeah, and it's saying that top loader was 278 within 0.1. Oh, you want to play with the linkage? Connect it straight to there, and then maybe move it back to this hole here. Get rid of that linkage arm. Like, it looks almost as if they just added 3 inches to that top linkage. You may need a wheelie bar even with your 456s, man.
We get
Like,
full fucking throttle, then
Yeah.
I would say you're correct. I just don't think he's going to let us get it.
It's not, I don't think it's as simple as,
I don't think it is either.
I think it's a bell crank geometry. I think there's a hard parts change that has to occur. That's why right here, it looks like they've added about a 2.5-inch section on the end of it. And I'm wondering if the original isn't like the correct linkage to go full throttle, and they've just added to it in order to kind of correct the geometry and create a limiter. Whack.
No, that's,
That's pretty goddamn close.
yeah. Let off. Do it again.
So you took a section out.
Essentially, you shortened the bell crank by about 2.5 inches.
So instead of lengthening the other one to
Yeah.
increase the travel,
Shorten this
you
one.
shortened that one.
Big in making the chassis. I forget you got a meaningful opening on the secondaries now. Probably about 10-15% of the secondaries in full primary. As where before the secondaries they just kind of barely move, they're actually opening now.
I was all careful in the strategic place that I put the little attachment, for the spring, and took so much care and everything. And these guys just completely go in and have the knowledge of where everything frickin' goes. And I stress out by looking at it. They can put it exactly back together the way they want.
It still needs work, but I'd say, I mean, it's more than it was. Yeah, she's gonna be flooded as hell right now. And we'll just crank it and let it kind of spit some of that out. Carburetor base gasket. Cute little turds out there.
and it didn't fucking boop boop.
How about that?
Cool.
A little more responsive.
Yeah, it's pulling way harder and stuff. It's all going to be in the throttle, so it's going to need more travel.
But you can tell it's definitely getting more than
It was.
throttle.
Yes.
Before it was like kind of half, but he actually got into it and you can actually feel it.
Yeah.
It's pulling harder now. Everything else seems fine. It's not backfiring its ass off. Under a heavy load, he kind of got into it a little bit. It's not pooting, farting, nothing like that. It's taking it.
So that's going to conclude it for today. A little bit of a short day. Did a little bit of ignition, timing, tuning on the distributor, the new MSD box. The carburetor fueling always follows ignition, so it makes some adjustments to the fueling of it. Found a couple of things, some shakedown items, obviously, like, you know, some bolts are rattling loose. It's probably...
Bolts were freaking missing. They weren't rattling loose. They were rattled off. I like how you understate stuff.
I think it's just the vibration of this motor. I think that's going to be a normal thing.
I think I'm going to be tightening stuff until the day I sell this, which will be never.
We got to see under the car, and there's a lot of really good workmanship in this build. It's not just a NASCAR engine in a Cobra.
Man,
it's well built. Yeah, it's well built all around. Bill's done a really nice job taking care of it, rebuilding it, changing a lot of this stuff. Anybody that says Bill's not working on his car is freaking wrong. He's doing a good job too.
I have good teachers, man. That's the thing. Anybody can take shit apart. That's easy. Unless you have people that are knowledgeable and have done it a number of times to follow, it's just, you know, you're barking up the wrong trees. That's a big testament to you guys, to Manny. I've got some good teachers, man. And it's fun, you know, and it's funny that one small thing turns into 50 things, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that you can't work on an older car and not have that happen.
Yeah.
And today was a prime example of that.
Yeah.
That one thing always leads to another.
Yeah. Show up to do a little ignition tuning, and next thing you know, you got the car in the air.
And you're never finished.
You're pulling casting numbers on the rear end.
100%. I mean, you're never finished because your eyes start to wander and you're like, oh, well, there's that. And then there's that.
Make a little
and then-
skid plate, you know?
Exactly, right? So
Yeah.
what we did to try to accomplish some work gave us more work. But that's the fun of it.
We'll come back and knock out the throttle linkage next. That's going to be the big thing, possibly pushing a little bit more timing into it, but it seems really happy right now. But I don't think it's 100%. I think we're really close. I think we might try to idle it down a little bit, maybe push a little more timing and just see what it likes. Wherever we hit the point of, okay, it's not really happy anymore, we'll bring it back. We'll know what it wants. We'll be done discovering it. We'll record it all. We'll know what makes this car happy, and then we'll get to drive it.
Well, one
and
thing
have a
we
good
did discover today that didn't make it happy was a passenger in the passenger seat because the tires are rubbing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. As you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
but that's
little
what it's
suspension,
all
yeah.
about. It's about shaking it down, and yeah, a couple bolts are loose. Well, flew out. It's the good and the bad, right? I mean, I wanted a cool high horsepower car that's got a NASCAR motor in it. Well, guess what? Shit's gonna rattle loose, and so you just got to take the time to go back and tighten stuff up, which I haven't done. So
Anybody that doesn't like to sit still, get into high horsepower cars.
absolutely.
Even when you get it fully dialed in, it's going to try to rattle its header bolts loose. It's going to
Oh,
try
yeah.
to, you know, something is going to come apart. And if you don't enjoy the process, these things kick you in the ass. When you learn to enjoy the process of owning the vehicle rather than just driving it, that's when it's always the best.
Well, look at the rear end. I'm extremely intimidated by dropping this whole thing and working on it. But the reality is, after I follow you guys who've done it before, I'm going to enjoy it. Know kind of what to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it for today. We're going to have to make an appointment, come back, and
What do you want?
we played with the throttle linkage a bit today, and we got quite a bit more range of motion out of it. Got some secondaries opening up, and Bill's liking the direction that it's going. Do some hard parts modification, make some pieces for this linkage. Hopefully get this thing going full throttle. And then Bill is going from 288 rear gears to 456. So that's going to make this thing insane. I just love working on this car. I mean, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's obviously we're in a cool garage. There's just a lot of great touches on this car. I mean, we were just talking about the Gilmer drive for all the accessories. Freaking love it, man. I mean, you probably got to have it when you're going to 9,000 RPMs, but just looks badass. All right, let's wrap this thing up, boys.